Welcome to Simple Fractional Equation video. In this video we shall be talking about how to solve simple fractional equation. In our previous video we've talked about LCM, HCF. We've also talked about indices, how to solve indicial equations, exponential equation. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you are watching for the first time, and you can also check other videos we have produced and you will find it interesting. In this video, we shall be talking about simple fractional equation. At the end of the lesson, learners should be able to solve simple fractional equations. How do we solve fractional equations? Let's go for examples. In this example, we have solve for x such that 7 over 8 minus x minus 3 divided by x equals 1 over 4. How do you solve this kind of equation? So that is the interest we have in mind for us to have prepared this video. How do you solve this kind of equation? Solution goes thus. So the first step is determine the LCM of the left hand side. If you look at the left hand side of this equation, so the equality sign differentiates the left hand side and the right hand side. So each of the term is expressed in fractional form. So you can see that at the left hand side we have 8 as the denominator in 7 over 8, x as the denominator in x minus 3 over x, which is the left hand side of the equation. So trying to find the LCM, we have treated LCM in our previous video. Please kindly check through our videos and you'll be able to find how do you find the LCM of numbers and algebraic expression. So from there we are able to justify that the LCM of 8 and x is 8x. So this is what you're going to use to move. Now, from the left hand side, you rule a long division sign. So the LCM is 8x. 8 in 8x will give you 8. And 8 in 8x will give you x. X times 7, that is 7x. This is the minus sign here. 8 in 8x, that gives you 8 times open bracket x minus 3. Because this is an algebraic expression, so you put it in brackets. Algebraic expression of 2 times x minus 3. So you put it in bracket. Equality sign equals 1 over 4. So after you have done this, what is the next step? The next step is you cross multiply and solve for the resulted simple equation. So from here now you can cross multiply. And by the time you cross multiply, 4 multiplies everything at the numerator at the left hand side, and 8x multiply everything at the numerator you have at the right hand side. And this will give you 4 open brackets. If you can see, we have the multiplication sign. So 4 open brackets, 7x minus 8 open bracket x minus 3 close the brackets equals 8x times 1. So by the time you open this bracket, you have minus 8 times x, that is minus 8x. Minus times minus is plus. Be careful whenever you are dealing with any algebraic equation. Negative sign is the only sensitive sign that can put you into trouble. You can get it wrong, even though if you're a professor of mathematics. If care is not taken, minus sign is one of the delicate and sensitive sign in mathematics. So you have to be very careful whenever you are dealing with operations that involve minus. So at this point you can see that minus times minus gives plus. 8 times 3, that's 24, which equals 8x. So when you move further, 7x minus 8x will give you minus x plus 24, and you can open this bracket, and by the time you open the bracket, 4 times minus x, you have minus 4x plus 4 times 24, that gives you 96. And by the time you collect the like terms with this, you have your x to be equals to 8. So that's just a simple equation which you can solve. So simple. So you can see that x is equals to 8. Do not forget, in my previous videos I always tell you that solving algebraic equation of any form, be it simple, simultaneous equation, be it quadratic, anything that has to do with algebraic equation is the simplest thing you can ever lay your hand on. So in that case, whenever you are trying to solve any algebraic equation, please and please, for God's sake, don't assume I get it right. So don't assume you get it right. Always try to check. So you can check this to validate whether this x equals 8 is the right solution for this equation. And this is very simple. By the time you put 8 here, that's 8 minus 3, that is 5. That's 5 over 8. So 7 over 8 minus 5 over 8, which is simply 2 over 8, which is 1 over 4. So it shows this is right, okay? So I don't want to bother you, that's why I didn't put that in a new, in a new form. I'm just trying to explain that to you, that you can justify whether the answer is right or wrong. Let's move to the next example. If a over a plus 2 minus a minus 2 divided by a is equals to 1 over a, find x. So we shall use alternative approach, and this alternative approach is step 1. Find the LCM of all the denominators. These are the denominators, a plus 2, a and a. If you find the LCM of these three, a plus 2, a and a, the LCM will give you the product of a and a plus 2. So you are going to use this LCM to multiply all the given term and multiply each term by the result in step 1. So you have gotten the LCM of the denominators. The next thing is to multiply each of this term. You multiply a over a plus 2 by a open bracket a plus 2. You also multiply a minus 2 divided by a open bracket a plus 2. You also multiply 1 over a by a open bracket a plus 2. So these are the things that is expected of you if you are using this approach. First thing, find the LCM of all the denominators. Second thing, multiply these results with each of the term, okay? I hope you are finding it interesting. Yes, it's becoming interesting. So by the time you multiply open bracket a plus 2 by a open bracket a plus 2, and you have this, so the next thing is simplify, reduce and solve the simple equation. And by that time, you will notice that x plus 2 we cut out here. We have a times a, which is a squared. This is the minus sign. A we cut out a here. We have a plus 2. A plus 2 multiplied by a minus 2. Don't forget, anytime you are having an algebraic expression of at least 2 terms, always try to put it in bracket. So that's why we have a minus 2. Equality sign. A cross a, we have a plus 2. Using difference of 2 squared, this is easy. So it implies a squared, this is difference of 2 squared, which can be expressed as a squared minus 2 squared, which is equals to a plus 2. And by the time you open the bracket, it gives you something. So if you are watching this video for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe and turn on the bell of notification for the next video. Press like and share. So in continuation, you can observe that by the time you open the bracket and you put into consideration that minus times minus gives plus, don't forget. And we have x squared minus a squared plus 4 equals to a plus 2. By the time you collect the like terms, you have your a to be equals to 2. And you can check this, whether this is right or wrong from the given equation, like I always do when I'm trying to solve any algebraic equation. Let's move on to the third example. Find for what value of x is the solution of this fractional equation on the Vine. So we have some situation whereby you have a fractional equations that their solution are on the Vine. What do you mean by solution is on the Vine? A fractional equation is said to be on the Vine if it is equal to 1 over 0. So whenever you have anything divided by 0, it is known to be on the Vine. So from this given equation now we have x minus 3 divided by 12x cubed minus 27x is equals to 1 over 0. By the time you cross multiply, 0 times x minus 5 will give you 0, and you have 1 times 12x cubed minus 27x. And this is interesting, isn't it? Yes, it's interesting. So the next thing is for you to be able to factorize completely. So if you try to factorize from the left hand side, you have 3x open bracket 4x squared minus 9 close the bracket equals 0. And you can observe from here that we still have difference of 2 squared, meaning that you can express this as 2x squared, 2x open bracket x squared minus 3 squared. And do not forget that from this, mathematically, it implies that 3x equals 0, or 4x squared minus 9 not equals 0, or 3x is equals to 0, or 4x squared minus 9, 3x is not equals to 0, or 4x squared minus 9 is equals to 0. And if you are considering that case whereby 4x squared minus 9 equals 0, you will have the solution x to be equals to plus or minus 3 over 2. So you can check for the positive 3 over 2 and for the negative 3 over 2 to show you that this given will be on the Vine. Will be on the Vine, meaning that you have it to be 1 over 0. I hope you have learned something new in this video. Do not forget to subscribe like, share. Thanks for watching. So before I go, I have some do it yourself for you. At your leisure time, try to solve the following. We have 2t minus 5 minus t minus 2t divided by 5 minus t minus 2 divided by 10 is equals to 2. We also have another one, y plus 9 divided by 2y plus 3 is equals to 15 over y. And also we have find the value of m for which m minus 2 divided by m squared minus root of 3 is undefined. I hope you find this interesting and you'll be able to lay your hand on this question at your leisure time. You can drop your answers at the comment section of this video, and I wish you all the best. Thanks. Bye for now.